Hey y'all, what's up? So let me tell you why I almost did not do this video because the devil was busy. I've been in the house all day and I could have been got up and made this video, and I was supposed to do it yesterday and I just didn't feel like it. And today, after a long conversation with my friends, shout out to my friends, hey friends, I was just like, yeah, girl, get up and do this video before you go to bed and just call it a day. So what's up? This video is to report on week 1 and 2, which have been challenging. Okay. Just ridiculous. It ain't even been that long in December. Good God. You see where my mind is. Yeah, so let's hop into this week these 2 weeks, because it's been ridiculous. So first of all, I felt some type of way because, yeah, I made the declaration to myself, but I ain't cut nobody off. Ain't nobody text me or nothing, okay? Like, and I know I should feel good about that, like, but I really felt low. Like, I was like, oh, God, nobody texted me to see if I was okay. I mean, I got like a few little comments here and there, like, oh yeah, I think you a dope person. I vibe with you. I want to take you out, and yada yada yada. But these are people that I never necessarily talked to before, so of course it was a no-brainer to say no. But to the people that I talk to on the regular, like, where you been at, my dude? Where you been? How you know you got cut off? And I mean, I know it's divine intervention, but Jesus, Lord, you could have. I wanted to feel special. I felt like I used to carry out. Like, ain't nobody checking for sis out here in these streets. And I felt some type of way about it. And then as I continue to pray and to fast and everything else, then I'm just like, I really have a low regard for me, to the point where I'm so worried about this, that, and the third, versus me like really leveling up and getting what I need to get done. And not to say like a low regard, or just, I didn't hold myself to a high standard. That's one thing that I will say. And for me specifically, like, for the connection between me and my partner has always been to feed my physical need. And that's a real thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're dealing with somebody, and it's like, I don't necessarily need to deal with you. And I should not be dealing with you. But because, I love psychology. It's my backbone. And you think about Maslow, Jesus Christ. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I need to just talk slow and let it flow. But when you think about the hierarchy of needs, you think about those basic needs being met before you can even get to the top tier of anything. And the same thing goes for us in youth development. We look at we look at things through a Weichert lens, and there is a pyramid as well. Like, but that basic need has to be met all the time. So for me and my intimacy, like, that is my basic need being met. The need to be wanted, the need to be felt, the need to be adored, the need to be sought after is that basic need being met. And when it wasn't being met within these first few weeks, I was just like, oh, what have I been doing my whole life? I had to think about the purpose of doing this, and like, what was my actual reasoning. And even without the recognition of it being done, like, who is getting the glory out of this, number one. Number two, like, what is my ultimate end goal? And number three, like, what do I expect to get out of this? So to sit with those three, I find myself to literally, and we talked about this during my call today, being desperate, like, to literally find myself in these desperate situations to be desperate enough to figure out who Tiffany is. Not even to get back to her, because I don't want to ever get back to that place where I was. But to, like Jay-Z's song, allow me to reintroduce myself, like, literally, like, this is literally a reintroduction of myself to me. This is a reintroduction of Tiffany. I have to literally go through this process of healing, and what that looks like for me to remove that intimacy level, because it is my safety net. It is my safety guard. It is my bodyguard in a sense. And so that's something that I hide behind. It's my shield. And I need to get away from it, because as we know, healing is a ugly process, but the result is so beautiful. And I really want to be, I don't want to be one of those people that's preaching about it all the time, or that's posting all this positive stuff, and then I'm crying to myself at night, or I'm asking God for these answers, and not understanding that I have the power to change my situation. And because He lives in me and He shines His light on me every single day, that I have the power to change my own situations, because it is so already. And with me understanding that, I know that I have to remove the veil off of my... It's time to remove the veil. It's time to remove the muzzle. Is no more cut cards at this point. I have to make a decision on whether or not I want to choose life or death ultimately. And that may be extreme to some, but that's a real thing. We can die of depression. All of these feelings and everything that we holster and hold in all the time, it causes ailments in our bodies, and that's what we fail to realize. And in order to keep going is unhealthy. You can drink water all day. You can eat all the fruits and vegetables that you want in the world. But until you deal with you, you're always going to be running from something. And that's the reason for my season of celibacy. So in this season, I had a conversation with myself today. And I don't want to date. I'm not gonna date at least for 9 months. I'm giving myself 9 months, because it's a process. It's definitely a process. Like this week alone, I've had to come to grips with confronting people in the moment, and that's something that I just don't do. I had to come to grips with understanding that everybody can't go with me on my journey, and that's very hard for me to do as well. I had to come to grips with not everybody is gonna care about you the way that you care about you, sis. No matter what you show them or whatever, I know that I have some work to do to show up consistently as I put myself, or as I portray myself to be. And I know portray is a strong word, but because I have never shown up as this person, it's going to look like a portrayal to somebody. So, like, my mom is even amazed at this point. Like, she be like, oh, you going to church? Oh, you doing such and such? Oh, I'm leaving my girls group, Ma. And she's like, oh, okay. She's amazed at the small transformations, and just from making one decision. So what my season of celibacy is going to consist of, as I stated before, I'm not going to date for 9 months. I'm giving myself 9 months so that I can process and, grow into Tiffany. I am not masturbating. Very hard to do, because your girl been getting them black snake moan tingles, them shakes and chills, and I ain't never had no problem like this before. Mind you, it's only been what's today, the 20th? Only been 20 days. Pray for y'all. I be in the bed and I be like, I wake up with the chills. Sorry. The struggle is beautiful. No, but in all seriousness. So I'm not dating for 9 months, no masturbation. I usually, for those of you who know me, it's either Pandora or it's the radio when I'm in the car, or YouTube while I'm at work. I can't even listen to Ari Lennox no more. I can't listen to the radio. I was listening to some song and I felt the lust through the music. And I was like, I can't do this. I can't live this life. And then I'm getting text messages from this. Now, I told him that I cannot do none of that no more. I was like, I don't even trust myself around you. I don't want to see you, shorty. Like, none of that. I never followed him on Instagram because I ain't got time for that. But I'm just like, I can't. He keeps texting me. I said, don't let the devil use you. No, but for real, because he will send somebody your way. Let you have a goal in mind. Bet. And it'll be somebody that you would least expect. But anyway, no sex, no dating, no masturbation, no lusty music. What else? No porn. I'm low-key addicted. Just low-key. Not too bad, but I haven't watched it in a few months, so I'm good. Yeah. I'ma pray more. My church is now fasting. We're in our season of consecration, but I think I'm gonna start adding my own mini consecrations. And I know you're not supposed to tell people when you're fasting, but I'm just letting y'all know that that's something that I'm gonna be doing. Not necessarily when, but that's something that's gonna help me on this journey. Yeah, it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit. I expect nothing but great things to come from this. I'll be more in tune with me, and more in tune with my body, more in tune with my Savior, ultimately. And I'm excited for this journey. Look out for week 3.